Hello everyone, and welcome back to Cosmetic World, your trusted resource for hair care tips and tutorials. I'm Josh, and today we're going to be covering something that every stylist should master: how to properly mix and apply Schwarzkopf's IGORA Zero Amm hair color line. If you're working behind the chair and need a more gentle, permanent color line that doesn't sacrifice on performance, then Schwarzkopf's IGORA Zero Amm could be the right option for you. In this video, we'll break down what Schwarzkopf IGORA Zero Amm is, how it works, and the ideal client for this hair color system. So let's get into it. IGORA Zero Amm is Schwarzkopf Professional's permanent, ammonia-free hair color system. It's designed to deliver natural looking and long-lasting results for your hair, and all of this with significantly less odor and irritation than other popular hair color lines on the market. This is ideal for clients who are sensitive to ammonia or who have a sensitive scalp. It's very useful in a busy salon where a neutral odor hair color creates a much nicer experience for the client who want a more cleaner odor but still want reliable, long-lasting results for their hair. Now let's move on to some of the other key benefits of adopting IGORA Zero Amm in your salon. Zero Amm is a true oxidative permanent hair color system. This means that it still gives you full durability, tone and grey coverage, but without the harshness. Before we move on, I'd like to quickly touch on Cosmetic World's disclaimer. Cosmetic World's tutorials are for information purposes only, therefore we accept no liability for any of the outcomes that happen when you use these techniques or these products. Always consult a professional first if you're not sure, just to ensure that you're using them safely and accurately. Okay. Now let's get back to the video. IGORA Zero Amm is specifically formulated with a balanced pH base. This means that there is less swelling and stress on the hair fiber, protecting your hair integrity and allowing the color to naturally bind with your hair. This also gives you smoother and shinier results for your hair. It also offers up to 100% grey coverage, especially when using colors from the natural series. All of this without ammonia. How amazing is that? The color palette has been specifically formulated for soft, more believable results. This is ideal for clients who want subtle refinement and not a dramatic transformation. Now let's do a quick recap on who the perfect client is for IGORA Zero Amm. This color system is ideal for first-time color clients who want a more gentle introduction to permanent hair color applications, as well as those looking for grey coverage but with a more softer, natural tonal finish to their hair. It's also good for clients who are looking for ingredient transparency and who aren't looking to harm the environment with harsh chemicals, but would much rather go for something which is slightly more gentle and is free of ammonia. It is also a solid choice for quick root retouches, especially in a busy salon where air quality is a concern. Now let's move on to developer strength and mixing ratios for Schwarzkopf IGORA Zero Amm. IGORA Zero Amm typically mixes at a 1:1 ratio, meaning for every 1 of hair color, you're going to need 1 of developer. As long as you match these two quantities, then you'll get the outcome that you're looking for. The only exception to this rule is when you're using something from the high lifts range, and in that case, you'll need 1 of hair color and 2 of developer. IGORA Zero Amm mixes with Schwarzkopf's IGORA Oil Developer, which is the same for IGORA Royal hair colors. This means that you can flexibly use IGORA Zero Amm and IGORA Royal hair colors with the same developer to minimize wastage in the salon. Now let's move on to the 3 different strengths of developer and their different use cases for IGORA Zero Amm. The lowest strength in the range is a 3% or 10 volume developer, and this is used for depositing, darkening and toning of the hair with very minimal lift. There is also a 6% or 20 volume, which I'm holding and will be using in today's video, and this is ideal for grey coverage and up to 1 level of lift. Lastly, there is a 9% or 30 volume oil developer that you can use with this hair color system, and this will give you up to 2 levels of lift depending on your hair texture and your target shade. Please check the links in the description below for more information about mixing ratios and developer selection for IGORA Zero Amm. IGORA Zero Amm is a fully intermixable hair color system. This gives you the ability and the freedom to create custom color combinations that suit your taste and your style. This is especially important if you change your hair color often and wish for something slightly different. The numbering system of IGORA Zero Amm mimics that of IGORA Royal, allowing for a seamless transition in understanding from using that system to this one. If you're looking for more information about IGORA Royal as well as other hair color lines, we offer lots of tutorials on our YouTube channel. Feel free to have a look through any time and improve your overall understanding of professional hair color systems. Now let's quickly run through the different color categories that make up the Schwarzkopf Zero Amm hair color system. There are natural shades, which end in -0, and these are perfect for grey coverage whilst giving you soft, believable results. There are also beiges, which end in -4, and these are for elegant, more creamy results for your hair. There are also golds, which end in -5, and these are for a warm, light reflective finish. There are also ashes, which end in -1, and these are ideal if you want to neutralize warmth in your hair. There are also chocolates, which end in -6. I'm currently holding a 6-6, which is a dark blonde chocolate, and these are for rich brunette shades with a luscious finish. There are also coppers, which end in -7, and these are for a vibrant warmth with a more natural edge. To soften your hair color application, consider mixing a fashion tone with a natural tone. These two together will give you a more subdued, subtle effect for your hair. For a less intense, more sheer effect, consider mixing in IGORA Clear 0-00. This will help to dilute the color and give you a less saturated effect to your hair. You're going to need some specific tools which will allow you to carry out this successfully, so let's go over those now. Firstly, you're going to need some professional weighing scales. Today we're going to be using the Babyliss Pro as they're very reliable and great for accuracy. You will also need a non-metallic mixing bowl to mix your developer with your hair color. We always use a non-metallic mixing bowl just to ensure that we don't interfere with the chemistry of our hair color mixture, which will lead to results that we won't want. You also want a set of protective gloves just in case you get some mixture on your first pair. You might want to keep a second pair handy, but the choice is up to you. You will also need a mixing whisk to allow you to mix your developer with your hair color to the right consistency that will allow full saturation of your hair when you come to apply, which you'll be doing with a tint brush once your mixture is ready. You will also need a measuring cup so you can measure out the right amount of developer that you will need. Something else that I would recommend is marking out with a Sharpie on the side of your measuring cup the amount of developer that you need to mix with your hair color before pouring. Whilst we'll be weighing the amount of developer, it's also good just as you're pouring to avoid wastage, just to have the marking there, and it's just a visual guideline to help you get the right amount of developer into your cup. I would also recommend a small piece of tissue just to wipe any spillages that might occur during the process. I would also recommend using the timer app on your phone so that you can accurately track your processing times and ensure the best results. Let's start by placing our protective gloves on. I would even recommend having a spare pair of gloves handy, just in case you get some mixture on the first pair. You've got another pair to protect yourself. As previously mentioned, we know that we're going to be mixing at a 1-to-1 scale ratio for IGORA Zero Amm, and as we have 60 milliliters of hair color, we're also going to need 60 milliliters of developer. So let's measure that out now. So let's start by measuring out our developer. So we already have 60 milliliters marked on our measuring cup, and this is the amount that we're going to need of developer. It's always good to mark this just to give you a guideline as you're pouring, so that you don't overpour and waste your developer. So we can place our measuring cup on our scale and we'll rotate it, and we have our marking there ready, so we know that we're going to aim for our 60 milliliters. Let's just move our mixing bowl slightly out of the way. So let's turn that on. Set to 0, and we can begin pouring our IGORA oil developer into our measuring cup. We have our guideline there just to guide us as we're doing that. Okay, so we know we're going to need at least up until that mark. So now that we have 60 milliliters of developer, so today we're going to be using a 6-6 or a dark blonde chocolate as it's known. Your tube should look something like this, and you know it's 6-6. As that is marked along the bottom. So let's put that into our measuring bowl. Use a slight indentation there to open up your tube. And now you can start to place this into your mixing bowl. Always start from the top and work your way down. This is the most efficient way to get everything out. And then sort of my favorite way of going about the next step is just to turn over the sides, turn and push. So if you just keep turning and pushing, you're ensuring that you're getting the full 60 milliliters out of the tube. And what you should start to see is it should start to, the last little bit should start to fall out quite nicely. That's great. And then turn it around and then just give it one last press. And you can even use your whisk just to take off any last. We can now stir in our developer that we measured earlier. So let's do that now. Okay, that's great. So we can place our measuring cup towards the back, and we can also place that out the back. So we've now achieved our 1-to-1 ratio, 60 milliliters of developer and 60 milliliters of hair color. If you were mixing colours from the high lifts range, you'd be mixing at a 1:2 ratio, so it would be 1 of hair colour to 2 of developer, but in this scenario we're just doing 1:1. Now let's move on to the stirring process. Gently start to merge the developer with the hair colour. Nothing too vigorous, just a gentle stir initially is perfect for this. And then as you start to see it become more of a creamy paste, you can sort of change direction, increase the speed. And this isn't a long stirrer. As you can see, we're already almost there really. But I think it's always key because you can't see underneath. So it's always good to just fold up that they can see little bits of developer just around the inside of there. But I would say that we're in a good place here. And that looks very good. You really can't smell any sort of harsh odor or anything like that. It just smells like any sort of liquid, like water or something like that. It really doesn't have that kind of strong odor that other hair color lines sometimes have. So now we're ready to move on to application techniques and processing time. So let's get on to that now. The creamy consistency of your mixture allows for ease of spreadability, and this is the case if you're doing full coverage or if you're doing more precision techniques such as balayage or painting. Taking your time with the application is key to good results. Brushing is not recommended here. Take your time, ensure that the saturation is exactly as intended. Just test first, just to ensure that you're going to get the results that you're looking for. Always apply your mixture to dry unwashed hair, as this is the best for pigment adherence. Leaving in the natural oils that occur in your scalp will also protect you from any potential irritation, which obviously is very low when using a non-ammonia hair color system. For clients with high grey density, always pre-section and pre-saturate the hair before full application. For mid-length and end refresh, consider overlaying Igora Vibrance once you've completed this hair color application. This will help to avoid any potential build-ups and protect the hair integrity. Once the processing time is complete, rinse the hair thoroughly with lukewarm water until it runs clear. Avoid using heat on the hair for at least 48 hours after application, as this could reduce the pigment uptake and lead to a colour application which isn't as strong. Processing times for Igora Zero Amm tend to be from 30 to 45 minutes, depending on the application results that you're looking for. This is also true if you're using something from the high lift shades. Even though you're mixing at a 1:2 scale ratio for these, the processing times will be the same. For grey coverage, use target shades at natural level and allow the full 45 minutes of processing time just to allow the pigment uptake to be as strong as possible and to give you the results that you're looking for. We hope you enjoyed today's video going in depth on Igora Zero Amm. Remember to always check with a professional first before using any of these products. Igora Zero Amm is Schwarzkopf's answer to a more gentle, modern permanent hair color system. It's free of harsh chemicals without compromising tone, coverage, or longevity of the hair color application. Its neutral odor scent makes it a really nice experience to use it on a daily basis. Whether you're transitioning your clients off of ammonia or working regularly with sensitive scalps, this could be a great option for you to add to your salon. To shop the full Igora Zero Amm range of colors and developers, visit us today at cosmeticworld.ca. We also offer international shipping, so we can reach you directly, whether you're in the salon or at home. If you have any questions about today's video and think we can help you, please leave them in the comments below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. Check out our YouTube channel page today for more in-depth tutorials on other popular hair color lines, such as Igora Royale and Redken Shades EQ. If there's a tutorial that you think's missing from our page, let us know in the comments below and we'll see if we can make it happen. Thank you for watching. Remember to like and subscribe to our channel, as well as following us on Instagram. We are cosmeticworld.ca. We are also on TikTok, Facebook and LinkedIn, so make sure you follow us on all of our social platforms for more information about our professional hair color tutorials and tips, as well as information about the latest products. We also offer a selection of hair care products, hair coloring tools, as well as developers and K-Beauty skincare. So why not pick up some K-Beauty skincare as well as your hair color products for a full beauty glow up. See you next time, and from everyone at Cosmetic World, thank you so much for watching. Take care.